Timmy J on the track.
Favor, let me put you on the spot now. So let's take the chorus of the song. Let us sing the chorus of the song together. Oh, yeah, no.
Offer.
What are you finding? Favor.
I shall know there is something. See, I like this song, and every time I sing it, anything that comes to my mind, I sing it like that. You understand?
Okay.
But I like jolly, 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 dun 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 dun
Eh?
dun dun.
Maybe you look for the lyrics.
Okay, you want to have a look for the lyrics?
Okay.
Where are we? I don't know. Where are we?
Four. In short, ladies and gentlemen, it is what's the way to start the update this morning. That sometimes, when you listen to some songs, you have to look at the lyrics before you go out there to go and embarrass yourself.
Kuku Yabi this early morning. 9:01 is the time. Kuku Yabi. In fact, I like the young striker that is right beside me this morning. It's like a different vibe entirely from the young striker that we have in the morning. Yes, it's the afternoon young striker that came in the morning. So I don't know what we will get in the afternoon. You understand? Yes.
I like the way I also see your face this morning. This is not a favor we always see, on Saturday.
It's this Saturday.
When she's preparing for what's that program?
Smart brains.
No, Favor is always different when she's on Night Nurse. Yeah, she's always romantic. But I mean, it's not like now when I'm talking about romance. Yes, some players now, the romance with their team is almost getting deteriorating. Most especially with Sancho, who may be moving back to Germany. And at first, when we heard the story, was that Jadon Sancho was still going to get more playing time under Erik ten Hag right there in Manchester United. But with the way things are not really going smooth. So you cannot sing the song Jody by Kai. Jolly. So it's not looking jolly. But hey guys, my name is OLADAPO, going to be aka Young Striker 9, Favor Lawrence Olazara here as we look at stories making rounds the world of sports. This is Kick-Off Sports Show, the first half of AM Update. Well, we'll be talking basketball this morning, most especially. Well, something is likely going to change. You're talking about the All-Star games. Yeah. We look at that this morning.
East to west, west to east.
East Coast, West Coast.
We're
live on Facebook, YouTube. Let them know.
Yeah, Solutions 939 FM. Solutions 939 FM on Facebook, on YouTube, on X. On the FM is Solutions 93.9 FM. You understand? Well, there was a defeat. Sebastian Offner getting off this Japan Open on Wednesday. That was a defeat from Felix Auger-Aliassime. And that was like 6-4, 6-1 to advance to the quarterfinals of the Japan Open on Wednesday, winning consecutive matches for the first time since March. The 23-year-old Canadian, who had not won back-to-back matches since the Indian Wells, rallied back down in a tight first set before racing through the second by winning the final 6 games.
Okay, now with that, let's look at what is happening at the Japanese Open Tokyo ATP 500. Alexei Poprin is through to the next round. He came from a set down of 4-6 to win 7-6, 6-2 against Christian Garin. Alex Digminor defeated Diego Schwartzman 6-7, 7-5. And well, looking at the live update this morning is a doubles game where Jean-Jacques Roger is teaming up with Marcelo Arevalo against Ben Mark Lohan and Yoshito Nishioka. And well, Arevalo and Roger won the first set 6-3, and they are currently trailing the second set 2-3. Looking at the singles, going down today, Taylor Fritz will take on Shintaro Mochizuki and Zhang Zhang against Aslan Karatsev, and that will be by 11:30. Well, looking at what is happening in Antwerp, the European Open ATP 250 for the singles.
Okay, Maximilian Martera will be up against Newland Rogers. Well, that's going to be by 2 o'clock today. Yes, we have another game going down. Ugo Gaston will be up against Jan-Lard Straff right there at Antwerp. Stefano Tsitsipas will be up against Bocci Van Zandschulp. And we have done with TM taking up Yannick Afman. It's a tennis can.
Okay.
Remove your teeth.
I get you. I got you. Now let's talk about world number 2, Carlo Alcaraz this morning. It is based on withdrawal. World number two, Carlo Alcaraz has withdrawn from this month's Swiss Indoor Championship in Basel due to injury. Organizers confirmed on Wednesday that Alcaraz's withdrawal is a blow to his hopes of gaining ground on Novak Djokovic in the ATP rankings, with the top-ranked Serbian next in action at the Prague Masters beginning on the 30th of this month. The two-time Grand Slam champion 20 was defeated by Giga Dimitrov in the Shanghai Masters round of 16 earlier this month. Now let's talk about Serena Williams, and it is about moving away from tennis, now doing more of writings.
Well, she's reflecting. She's ready to reflect, and that this great tennis player has a 2-book deal with the Random House Publishing Group, starting with an intimate memoir in which she'll open up about everything from her childhood and early tennis trainings. Well, it was dramatized in the 2021 film King Richard, to her extraordinary career and the obstacles. Remember that she said she was retiring from tennis. And now let's talk about the second book, also untitled. It's going to be an inspirational work, according to the publishing house, and it was announced that Williams will offer rules for living that drew on her experiences as a philanthropist, as an advocate, and a career as an investment unicorn with Serena Ventures. She's got a lot of things going on at 42, retiring from tennis, a mother of 2. It's not easy to do all of these things when you're a mother. The mother that mother your mother also murdered your mother.
I don't really understand. Can you retake that?
The mother that murdered your mother also murdered your mother.
Whose mother?
First, let me say to you, I cannot wait to see you. You are the treasure I've been waiting for. Do you know how much I really need you? I dey pray for the day when I can finally kiss you. You know, say every day I dey pray for you. Oh, in my heart today's a permanent place for you. That's why my heart is a beat like do, cause now you I choose, so I am fair, me, I am fair. I sing for you, wanna be like do, baby, now you I go big, oh, I am fair, me, I am fair.
Okay, so we all hope that Serena Williams will be able to put part of her, I mean, the way being a mother, you know, to put that in that book, most especially. Maybe she can also reference, Simi's Duduke. Remember that Simi also did this song while she was expecting her first child.
No, she did it while she was expecting, but I think she dropped it after she already had a
delivered.
child. Because the way we...
So she shot the video while she was pregnant?
Yes, dropped it after she delivered.
Yes.
Then announced that she had given birth later. Like,
no, we understand. Just like what Davido did, you know, he's saying that he debunks the picture of the twins. Okay, let's move on this morning. No, yes, I understand. You're also celebrating. But let's talk about, when you talk about all-stars, yes, Simi is a star, Serena Williams is a star. Now let's talk basketball. Check the time right now. It is 9:09.
Okay, Philadelphia 76ers guard James Harden did not show up for practice yesterday with coach Nick Nurse, saying he had no explanation as to why. Harden, who has sought a trade since picking up his $35.6 million player option for the 2023-2024 season, hadn't expected to participate yesterday's practice, but last week Harden said he could make it his preseason debut at home on Friday.
I still don't understand why James Harden has always been in the news, as always. Every time you talk about players going against rules, speaking, having post-match, being, facing suspension, being banned and the likes. But I don't know why Harden is always in the news.
First question, is he good?
He's a good player.
Is it fine? Is it fine on
Yes,
court?
yes.
The ladies love him. So how well will
I
he,
don't know if ladies
I
love
don't
him.
know how well will he now trend if he doesn't do some things that will make him trend.
Well, he's a star, and that's life of a star.
How does our stars do?
But now, talking about NBA Commissioner Adam Silver has confirmed that the first take that the league is considering going back to East versus West format in the All-Star game this season, after having the top vote getters in each conference serve as captains of the past several seasons. Silver's comments came after Joe Domas, the NBA's head of basketball operations, said last week that the reviving interest in the All-Stars game and All-Stars playing harder are priorities for the league. Silver said the demands of All-Star weekend, which is full of events of players beginning as early as Thursday evening, take a toll on the energy by the time the game rolls around Sunday night. Here is Adam Silver speaking to ESPN.
You know, maybe a return to something more traditional in terms of how the teams are presented. You know, we went to sort of this captain draft notion, but clearly historically it was East versus West. So, you know, that's something we are looking at. Maybe a bit of breaking news. So, but also a lot of it comes down to, I think, reinforcing with our players and our teams how important this is for the fans. And again, one thing I'll just add, you know, one thing I've learned is that, particular with our players, they're very coachable, and that you can't take for granted, particularly young players come into the league, that they understand the generations of and traditions that came before them. And I think this is where the league has to reinforce. This isn't, we don't expect playoff intensity, but we expect a competitive game for our fans. And that's what All-Star is.
Well, you just heard that from the NBA Commissioner Adam Silver. Let's see more changes. That is what a lot of people always expect when you have games, you have seasons. We must be able to see new things. Well, remember I told you about James Harden. Well, now remember I talked about fines, and remember not about fine boy, but NBA. You remember fined him $100,000 for disparaging comments about 76 hours. Now let's talk about preseason games that started in the wee hours of today.
All right, there are changes that have been made. Washington Wizards actually kicked New York Knicks 131 points to 106 points. Brooklyn Nets are defeated Miami Heat 107 points to 104 points. Well, there was just a 1-point margin between Golden State Warriors and Sacramento Kings, and that's 116 points to 115. And then we had Houston Rockets losing to San Antonio Spurs 103 points to 117 points.
Okay, guys, we go on a break, and this is coming from Leonard Freedom. What did he say?
He says, "Favor, don't carry you away like Ashake. The mother that mother your mother. mother your mother."
Okay. It is what it is.
It is what
It is what it is.
Keep it 93.9.
People will know they feed you. Always the first to talk about your life. Look at the irony. Shame you for public, on the beg you for side. Don't get it twisted, oh. I know the kiss, that's it's not healthy. Keeping my distance, oh. Some people are worse than pandemic. If it go cost my peace, then I go take my leave. If it no be money, do not disturb me, please. If it go cost my peace, that's some expensive shit. If it no be money, do not disturb me, please. Man, just roll on. It is what it is. Yeah. Man, will be live on. Man, just roll on. It is what it is. Yeah. Man, will be live on. Money no they bring happiness, so now when I get money I realize, oh. But I no be hypocrite. I dey pray make you get your own too. Say bad times will never last. And let me know my last, yo. Life comes at you so fast.
93.9 FM. Keep it locked.
My name na Taiwo Kuka.
My name na Kende Kuka.
We be twins.
We small. Our mama and our papa then they joke say now only one pikin then they expect. But not two of us them get.
Actually, na me then they expect to. Na she then get as a wolf.
I beg you.
Na me be the golden child.
Anyway, our life be like this Momo 100% recharge bonus. Where we say you go get double of any amount where you recharge.
Go recharge your MTN line now for Momo app or dial *671# now.
Make Momo summer you better bonus.
Download the Momo app now or dial *671# to enjoy. Momo better pass cash.
One day, na so bag with plenty money just appear for inside one Olanrewaju compound. 2 seconds, everywhere burst.
Let me get a bag. Me nobody see my red eye.
Hey.
Let me face him. Make I not see you
You say waiting, as the landlord of this yard, so na me be the rightful owner of that bag.
Oga landlord, what could not find your size? We die here.
Have they come on see? Come on, you won't collect.
Now who come get this bag? Now for the new series, Akpo, we go know.
Follow the Yawa way buster. Sake of this bag where money full. On top the new Africa Magic Show, Akpo. Come see the long throat and Kasala way scatter ground. From 18 September, every Monday and Tuesday by 6:30 for evening. On top Africa Magic, Yoruba Channel 2. Go TV. Love it.
Are you a dedicated farmer involved in cultivation or livestock farming? Then we've got exciting news for you. Introducing Farm Link Up, your gateway to start selling your farm products faster and say goodbyes to spoiled farm produce. Farm Link Up is the largest online market platform for farmers in Africa and globally. Not only that, it connects buyers to fresh farm products at very affordable prices, and farmers can now sell their products faster. If you are a farmer that has in stock of essential equipment, crops, fertilizers, pesticides, and livestock, Farm Link Up is your one-stop solution. Simply register at farmlinkup.com and start to post your products on the platform for free on farmlinkup.com, as buyers are already waiting for you. For more inquiries, simply call 0901 234 5555 or visit farmlinkup.com directly to unlock the boundless opportunities in the world of agriculture. Farmlinkup.com, connecting farmers to the consumers and the world at large.
Welcome back. Check it out right now. It is 9:18 from Solutions 939 FM. Let's go straight to the second half of the show. Let's start with updates coming from Nigeria, Enugu Rangers.
Well, it's about renovation. The November completion date for the renovation work at the Nnamdi Azikiwe Stadium, Enugu, as promised to the people of Enugu State by the Executive Governor of the state, H.E. Dr. Peter Mba. In a speech on his 100 days in office, is becoming realizable as materials have started arriving for work tourism.
A 40-feet container arrived at the site with Commissioner for Youth and Sports, Enugu State, Barrister Leon Ekwere Madu, Rangers GMCO, Barrister Amobi Eziako, Enugu State FA Secretary Ugu Francis, and many other sports stakeholders on ground expressing enthusiasm over the completion of the renovation work that started over 2 years ago. Representatives of the firm handling the renovation work assured the stakeholders and officials of government that more materials are on their way to the site, stressing that in the next week all would have arrived for work on projects to be completed by November date promised. Well, now let's talk about Super Falcons goalkeeper Chiamaka Naduze made a penalty save as she inspired Paris FC to beat Wolfsburg and qualify for a first ever UEFA Women's Champions League group stage. In the second round, the second leg tie in Germany on Wednesday, Paris FC won 2-0 to progress 5-3 on aggregate. The first leg in France ended 3-3. Well, you've got a good goalkeeper, then you don't have a problem.
Okay, let's talk about update about Neymar. Remember yesterday we gave you the update that he's injured, but the Brazil forward will undergo surgery after suffering a ruptured anterior cruciate ligament, ACL, and meniscus in his left knee. See, doctors, like, you really need to help us with this way. Meniscus. Well, his club Al Hilal have announced, well, it wasn't his. as a left field, suffering an injury.
If you have a Neymar in your team, just pray he doesn't get injured. It can take over like 2-3 months, but most especially this particular injury, ACL, it takes 6 months to a year to recover from such injury. So that means Owo Saudi has entered the bush. Now let's move on this morning. The United States men's national team will face Trinidad and Tobago, while Mexico will take on Honduras in November's CONCACAF Nations League quarterfinals, which will determine automatic qualification for the 2024 Copa America.
Well, the home and away quarterfinal series announced on Wednesday also feature Canada taking on Jamaica and Costa Rica facing Panama in the race for full spots in next year's CONCACAF Nations League finals in March 2024.
All right, remember that the winners of those quarterfinals will also earn 4 of the 6 CONCACAF invitations for the Copa America South America's top men's national team tournament, and that will be hosted in the U.S. next summer in collaboration between CONMEBOL and CONCACAF. Those 6 CONCACAF teams will join the 10 South American nations in the competition. Let's talk about the romance we told you earlier. It is about Sancho, Manchester United, and maybe the X is calling. X is calling X. Now, let us do the calculation. When X is on X, what is the determination of Y? Borussia Dortmund are ready to offer Jadon Sancho an escape route from Manchester United in January. That is according to reports we are getting. Now, remember, Dortmund have publicly denied interest in signing their former player since his fallout with United manager Erik ten Hag. But a source told journalists that the German side would be interested in a January move if the financial parameters are right.
What happened to Barcelona asking for Jadon Sancho?
No, they may not have the money.
They don't even want to buy. They want to just get him
on loan.
Well, Leonard Freedom is talking about Jadon Sancho here.
Okay.
Says maybe a better time for him to pack his bag out of Man United. Later, maybe the coach go, what's this? Daily.
Okay, we understand you. All right. Now, let's talk about transfers here. If it is about Sancho maybe making a return to Germany, one man may be moving to England. He has been doing well in Germany, and Newcastle United are weighing up a move for informed Bayer Leverkusen striker Victor Boniface.
Oh, Fiat was still.
It's about the money
So wait.
that we are looking at.
Why did you arm like that?
Talk about a man who scored a goal for Super Eagles of Nigeria against Saudi Arabia, and he has been performing well with Bayer Leverkusen, and he keeps hitting the back of the net. Now, Thiago Silva has hinted at a return to Fluminense next year. Now, let me just give you a hint here, most especially one man may be teaming up with Lionel Messi at Inter Miami.
Well, that's manager Gregor Martino, who has confirmed he is keen on signing former Barcelona and Atletico Madrid striker Luis Suarez.
Okay, now we have to wrap up the show here. Number 23.
That combo go mad.
What?
It go mad.
Yes, the combination. Having is Luis Suarez, team up with Lionel Messi, Sancho Busquets in that team. And remember, Cristiano Ronaldo is not backing down. Well, this is Mobad Ronaldo. We'll move to the other side of the show. We'll look at headlines on the pages of Nigerian newspapers. Do not go anywhere. At a Stereo M update.
If I did play football, I go bench him, bench him, bench Ronaldo. Simba fake bomb, my baby Ronaldo. No secretary, no shaku. And it's all one lily, one ba. One Mario. One lily, one ba. One Mario. Abẹ́rẹ́ máa lọ kọ́nà òkun tó di. Ó dojú àlàkà tó ríra wa. Abẹ́rẹ́ máa lọ kọ́nà òkun tó di ó dojú àlàkà tó ríra wa. Ẹ̀mí mímọ́ ti cover mi, ẹni tí ó lè bọ̀dá mi máa lówó, máa ní mọ́tò. Ẹ̀mí mímọ́ ti cover mi, ẹni tí ó lè bọ̀dá mi ní ti lówó, mo dẹ̀ ti ní mọ́tò. If I dey play football, I go bench Messi, bench Neymar, bench Ronaldo. Tí bá fẹ́ gbọ́ngàn, mo máa gbé mi Ronaldo. No secretary, no shaku. And it's all one lily, one ba. wọ́n wá 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 wọ́n máa rí o. Wọ́n lé 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 wọ́n bá. Wọ́n wá 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 wọ́n máa rí o. Àdì ayáyáyáyá ti yá o. Ó ń dùn, ó ń ká wọn lára. Bí mo ṣe ń ṣiṣẹ́ mi, mò ń gbowó mi, mò ń já èmi. Ó ń dùn, ó ń ká wọn lára. Fire, fire for my body. Èmi ti máa ọmọ ṣoṣoǹdì, àwọn ọmọ tó lówó lọ́wọ́, àwọn ọmọ lóto. Fire, fire for my body. Èmi ti máa ọmọ ṣoṣoǹdì, àwọn ọmọ tó lówó lọ́wọ́, àjídùn mọ́tò. If I dey play football, I go bench Messi, bench Neymar, bench Ronaldo. Tí bá fẹ́ kó mọ̀, mo máa gbé mi lọ́dọ̀. No ṣẹpẹtẹrì o, no ṣọkúṣọkú o. Àníṣe o, wọ́n lé 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 wọ́n bá. Wọ́n wá 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 wọ́n máa rí o. Wọ́n lé 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 wọ́n bá. Wọ́n wá 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 wọ́n máa rí o.
Timmy J on the track.
Let's be dynamic with your morning update and make it better with Kickoff Sports Show, where we will be serving you all the latest from tennis, basketball, Formula One, football, exclusive interviews, and lots more.
Hamilton going for the move on Alonso at the 130. These two great side by side.
Martinelli! Oh yes! Gabriel Martinelli is back with a bang!
Headlines from Nigerian newspapers, behind the papers from the stands, analysis and burning trending issues across Nigeria and beyond.
The problem is not politics or tribalism but corruption.
The governors will say, give us our own slot. The chairman of local government will say, give us our own slot. Who does those slots go to?
You offend, they arrest you, they detain you, and they release you. That's all.
Hello, my name is OLADAPO Okunubi.
My name is Victory Richard.
My name is Adedamola Lafenwa.
And my name is FAVOUR Oloruntola.
Join us weekdays 9 a.m. on your Remedy Radio dial, Solutions 939 FM.
Here, we make it different from the norm.
93.9 FM. Keep it locked.
All right, today is October 19, 2023, and it's what time is it now? It's 9:28 on Solutions 93.9 FM. My name is Adedamola Lafenwa. It's my pleasure to welcome you on to the segment of AM Update on your dependable number one dial, Solutions 93.9 FM.
You're ever present, ever reliable.
Ever reliable,
yes,
yeah.
939 is the dial. Like your bands would say, they say actually Junior 100. So when you just get to 939, just let it stay stuck there. Good morning. My name is FAVOUR Oloruntola.
Okay, today we will be taking you through some of today's national dailies and talking about some issues, some topical issues that's come up in this newspapers this morning. And of course, we will be linking up virtually with our guest analyst. We will be Comrade Ayodeji Ajishokwe in a short while. Do you know that, Favour, do you know that we have just 73 days left in the year 2023?
Now that you let me know, I'm very grateful because
73
days
left.
left out of 365 days. God is grateful. God is faithful.
He's been faithful. He's been faithful. I thank God for counting us worthy to still be among those breathing today.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's go to the papers this morning. I have the Punch and the Vanguard newspapers.
On the State of the Nation, that's the Nation newspaper, will be with me today, and the Nigerian Tribune, also the paper that I'll be taking the headlines for. Let me start with the Nigerian Tribune, as this story is written right here. Reject technicality, overrule Tinubu on fresh evidence. Article tells Supreme Court. This is a never-ending brouhaha. It keeps going on and on. I mean, since May, this is October.
And there's always a new twist.
There's always a new teaser, a new twist. Like, this could be a movie. Well, let's move on. NNPCL appoints Femi Shoneye as spokesman. INEC records 100 pre-election litigations on 2023 polls. As on page 28. NGF 6 declaration of state of emergency on education. This is quite interesting. Why? They will get to that on page 16 or during the course of the show. NGF 6 declaration of state of emergency on education. Now, Loan Hap, 300 level uni-learning female student commits suicide over indebtedness.
That's a very sad one.
It's a very sad one.
Very sad
we need to also address the issue of taking loans and this creditors calling you consistently because they want to have their money. ADC's Abejide appeals to Malaye and others commending Kogi West elders. And there is this one, impeachment. Ondo lawmakers want deputy governor to withdraw suit against the assembly, give fresh conditions. That's page 23. CBN's policy on 43 items will collapse many industries. MEN tells federal government. That's page 6. Moving over to Lagos. Lagos government to Lekki Aja and other places, other commuters relocate immediately. Flood is coming. I got this story also this morning, and it's actually nice to have this flood alert and people to quickly relocate before it gets worse. Now, 40 traders feared killed in Yobe auto accident. Finally, a laughing stool. EFCC quizzes or your kingmakers. That's on page 25 of the Nigerian Tribune.
Okay, let me start on a lighter mood on the front page of the Vanguard newspaper this Thursday morning. And there is this cartoon segment which I would like to start with. The cartoon is titled Mr. and Mrs. And it's about a conversation between a husband and a wife. And I would like to take the cartoon and read it out to you all listening. This is the husband saying this. You want to buy groundnut oil. I want to buy engine oil for my car. But I have money for only one. That is the husband talking. Now the wife responded and said, well, it's up to you. Your action will decide who goes hungry between you and your car. Okay, on that lighter note, I start with the Vanguard newspaper this morning. And this one saying, Naira hits new low, 1,060 Naira to a dollar as MAN kicks at policy reversal. That story is found on page 20. NNPCL appoints Shoneye Chief Communication Officer, page 13. Can JNI disagree with Babachir for labeling APC Islamic Party? Page 26. Udenwa Iedioa, others, shown PDP campaign flag off in Imo, page 11. This is not a good one. I've been seeing this on some blog sites talking about the ill health of the veteran comedian and actor, Mr.
Yesterday
Ibu.
was his birthday. He celebrated it in the hospital.
Yeah, and this is saying Nollywood actor Mr. Ibu seeks assistance over health challenge. Moving away from that, this is the biggest story on the front page of the Vanguard newspaper this morning. It says contracts, procurement frauds cost Nigeria 2.9 trillion naira in 3 years. Olukoyede, new EFCC boss. And there are quite a number of riders under that caption. He said, ads amount lost can pay for construction of at least 1,000 kilometers of roads, build close to 200 standard tertiary institutions, and educate about 6,000 children from primary to tertiary levels at 16 million naira per child. Senate confirms him chairman. Amar Joda, secretary, says anti-graft war a collective decision. The story is found on page 8 of the Vanguard newspaper, and there is this picture of the new EFCC boss and the secretary alongside his wife with the president at the presidential villa immediately after he was being confirmed at the Senate yesterday. Moving away from that, Abuja plots revocation order. Wike extends deadline for mosques, churches. Page 9. Naira depreciation forces insurance firms to flout local content law. Page 19. This story is on insecurity. Insecurity, gunmen kill 15, kidnap 14 in Benue, Zamfara, Nasarawa, Lagos. Page 5. And there's this one from, it's a column actually, by Femi Aribisala. God kills before he makes alive. Page 21, if you want to read more on that. And the story you read about the student of Uni Lorry that committed suicide, the story is also captured on the front page of a Vanguard newspaper this morning, and it says Uni Lorry laments as scammed student commits suicide. Page 6. These and many more stories will be found on the pages of the Vanguard newspaper this Thursday morning.
Okay, we'll move over to the Nation newspaper very soon, and we get the stories making the headlines from there. Well,
okay, while you flip through that, let me take the Punch newspaper now. China to fund Port Harcourt, Maiduguri, Abuja, Kano rails. Page 33. Anti-graft war should start from National Assembly. EFCC chair. This statement, well, a man that was just being confirmed by the Senate yesterday, and he's now making the statement saying anti-graft war should start from the National Assembly. I hope he's not trying to kick up some dust, early dust.
We had the CBN governor when he was confirmed, also making statements. That was like a day after, the same day, 3 days. We are not hearing anything from him now.
Well, anyway, I'm just talking about, I hope the National Assembly won't take this statement by the EFCC chair as an indictment, saying that the anti-graft war should start from that house. But we'll go into that by the time we join Comrade Ayodeji Adishokbe on the program. Akpabio meets Tinubu, dismisses crisis in Senate, page 7. And the biggest story on the front page of the Punch newspaper this morning, it says contributory pension. NLC retirees lament as 26 states fail to join scheme. Lagos, 5 others in full compliance. Contributory pension scheme inevitable, says PENCOM. And the second rider says withholding pension immoral, says NLC. Retirement now death sentence. Retirees kick. Well, this is another topic we will need to look at this morning. I mean, the state of our pensioners. Moving away from that, Gaza hospital attack sparks protest. Biden, Israel blame terror group. And another one is coming from Ondo. Ondo Assembly ask Ayedatiwa to withdraw suit. I think they are beginning to sheath their swords now, because for Ondo Assembly to ask Ayedatiwa to withdraw suit. You know, yesterday we talked about APC stepping into the crisis in Ondo. I think it's having a headway now. Extortion, please remove DPO. Try others after Punch report. Page 5. And the last one I'll be taking, Alafi, EFCC quizzes Oyo kingmakers over bribery allegations. This is not a good one. Page 7.
Okay, the same story is on page 5 of the Nation newspaper, stated this way. EFCC quizzes Oyo kingmakers over Alafi, twist in race for stall. Now, let's go to foreign investors, more Chinese funding for rail, power, other projects. Xi Jinping pledges support at Pali with Shatima. Abuja, Kano, PH, Maiduguri, rail lines restored. ICPC recovered 655 billion naira cash assets in 4 years. Okay. EFCC chair, 2.9 trillion naira lost to contract procurement scam. Anti-graft prevention better than enforcement. You get that story from page 4. It's on the front page, but you can continue to read it on page 4 of the Nation newspaper. And our Senate not boiling, says Akpabio. Yes, it's going to be one of the stories, one of the sounds we're playing for you this morning. We disagree to agree. There's nothing going on in the Senate. And I'm sure it's referring to the chief whip working out on him. That's a person of Aliun Dume. Why is it hard for African nations to restructure debts? Federal government cautions on abuse of social media. That's on page 3. Maybe there's going to be another suspension of X. I have no idea. Only 6 out of 14 new federal universities to take off, says Minister. You can get that story on page 5 of the Nation newspaper. And finally, Tinubu Buhari, great former head of state, Gowon, at 89 years. Wow. Congratulations to Gowon. Happy birthday to you.
Retired General, yeah.
Retired General Yakubu Gowon. Let's move to the burning issue for today.
The uncommon disquiet. Well, I think everything in the parliament is like that. Topsy-turvy. Sometimes we disagree to agree. But the major thing is that we are all working in one accord. There is no problem at all. Even if some people disagree on some of the happenings in the Senate, still, it's only majority decision that eventually prevails. And Parliament is like that. But we'll never get to a point of throwing chairs. We'll never get to that point. The Senate is too matured and full of mature people. So if we have a disagreement, we immediately go into a closed session, resolve it, and come out smiling. We are politicians, no permanent hatred, but permanent interest. And that interest is the interest of the nation, to support the president, support his administration, with legislation, oversight functions to succeed in order to move the country forward. That's what we have been doing, and that's what we are committed to doing.
Okay, the Senate President there, Godwin Albert Akpabio, Akpabio there, saying that there is no rancor in the Senate, that they agree to disagree, or vice versa. Okay,
it's
and
the fact that we would have the pleasure of viewing the theatrics that will occur in the Senate, because it says we will not get to the point of throwing chairs at each other.
I love that part.
I love that part. But we will see. It's 4 years, right? We'll see how it goes. Well, let's move to the FCT. FCT Minister Yeson Wike is shaking tables.
Uncle Wike.
It's shaking tables, and he is warning the FCT chapter of Nigerian resident doctors not to embark on that strike. And also remember that he said something about constructing some roads in Abuja as well. But this is about the resident doctors at FCT.
The current expenditure is such that there cannot be infrastructure. When I was in River State, I was doing 70-30. 70 infrastructure, 30 recurrent. What we're interested is, look at the budgeting system. Look at what they said in the budget. Something that will not help the society. Just me. Nobody talks about it. You have talked about shortage of manpower. You've talked about facilities. What kind of facility do we have in our hospitals? If they give you one, you come back another day. They give you this, you come back another day. Everything. You're a medical doctor. Sit there with them. Make recommendations and see the ones who can do and the ones who cannot do. Don't threaten me about strike. Oh. I like it. When you go on strike, I save money. Even if you come back, I won't pay. We'll determine it in court. It's not about promising. It's reality on ground. I don't believe in theory. Reality on ground.
The voice of the man I would like to call Uncle Wiki, the well-known.
If you do yama, if you try and do some things, Boye will not pay.
Boye will not pay, and we'll settle it in court. I mean, just take a listen at that coming from the FCT minister, threatening the medical resident doctors who are planning to go on indefinite strike action in Abuja. We have Comrade Ayodeji Ajishope joining us virtually this morning. Comrade, good morning, sir.
Hey, good morning to you, my comrade, brother, and sister.
Good morning to you,
sir. Okay, it's good to have you with us this morning. Did you listen to the voice of Nyesom Wike there?
Yes, well, you can say, without comparing him with the Almighty, Yensom yesterday, Yensom wicked today,
Almighty,
Yensom wicked
tomorrow.
Today, tomorrow, and always.
Well, thankfully, not forever.
Yeah, it can be.
So, you see, this is the public space. You don't conduct, and we're talking about a legal practitioner here. I can't imagine somebody practicing and standing before a judge and backing, and I use that word deliberately, backing, the way he does. You see, you have to be stable. There are operational rules, there are ground rules. Why do you have to resort to very crude, uncivilized conduct like that? Well, if not for the fact that the minister of FCT, his portfolio is quite different from other ministers, you understand? You see what they did to Mahi in the federal secretariat. So this is not state. They are not headmasters that will be backing others. I will not pay and all of that. You see, it is irresponsible, and I'm using that word guidedly. We're talking about medical doctors here. You understand? And you're saying, if you do this and that, you will not pay. You will not pay.
And they will settle it in court.
Conduct yourself. You don't conduct yourself. You are a public servant. They don't know that. But somebody had told me that they are our masters. People who voted into office, or people who appointed those who, that's even what we elected somebody and he appointed you, and you are there backing others. I see if you are. You see, I think at the end of the day, the people will get fed up with this kind of thing. I'm telling you, it's a matter of time. People are going to get fed up. You start backing others as people are. These are doctors, for God's sake. 7 years today goes into that, and not just certified 7 years, rigorous 7 years, and then of course they do, and that's just MBBS is a first degree. They just call it doctor. It's a first degree. You have to do a master's, and then you do something else after that, postdoctoral. And you are backing others. It's uncivil. It's uncivilized. It's uncalled for.
Comrade,
that man is.
Another thing I've noticed in this country is that they make it look like a crime for any union to embark on a strike. I mean, don't they, as working force, have the right to embark on strike, to push
to ask for their rights?
For their rights. They make it look as if it's a crime for any union or any organization to go on strike.
This in court actually started from the Buhari administration.
Well, that is what we have seen in this country. And sadly, the Nigerian populace too joined. You remember the 8-month strike of ASU?
Yeah.
Most people concluded that the strike is about their own welfare alone. But when parents and guardians and the Nigerian public are ignorant, I have been privileged to work in tertiary education for so many years. People think, if you went through universities, you know the conditions in class. in class, hundreds of people, a lecturer taking on hundreds of people. What knowledge will he impart? I remember we used to have, public address systems in some of the lecture rooms.
Yes.
You see 1,000 people, you see 500 people. How will the lecturer reach such a large class? How effectively will the lecturer reach? You understand? We should stop deceiving ourselves. There is go to the private university. Look at the quality of knowledge being imparted. Look at the public university. They teach them engineering. What engineering are they teaching them in Nigeria's public university? What chemistry are they teaching them when there are no reagents in the laboratories and all of that? Yes, at the end of the day, what happened to us? People shouted them now, then they should go back to work. As if everything was about salary. There was a 2009 agreement by government. Even the Buhari administration said they disagree with the agreement. If you disagree with the agreement, you can propose renegotiation of an agreement. You understand? It is an agreement. You can renegotiate. So, but government thinks that they forget that when we say govern us, we are placing trust in you collectively. It doesn't make you, they don't understand that is what governance. When I put my thumbprint on the ballot paper, I deliver my sovereignty to you. You do the same. I deliver my sovereignty to you. For you to act on my behalf, not on their own behalf, on behalf of the people. What is the interest of the people? That is what should be taken into consideration. But no, what they do is their own interest. That is why I always ask, in whose interest? In whose interest was wicked? In whose interest is government always talking? Is it in the interest of the people? Or there are other interests, extraneous to the interest of the people? These are the questions we must be asking. And we must give honest answers to. We must be asking our leaders. In whose interest? In whose interest are your actions? Is it in our interest or extraneous to the people's interest?
Okay. All right. We'll come back to talk about leadership and ask more of these questions. We have to go on the commercial break right now. Camera, please hold on for us. When we come back, we'll discuss extensively on this. All right. The station is still Solutions 939 FM. You are listening to AM Update.
One day, na so bag with plenty money just appear for inside one Olanrewaju compound. 2 seconds, everywhere burst.
Let me get a bag. May nobody see my radar.
Hey.
Let me face him. We cannot see you near
You say waiting. As the landlord of this yard, so me be the rightful owner of that
Hey,
bag.
Oga landlord, what could not find your size? We die here.
Are they come on, see? Come on, you won't collect.
Now who come get this bag? Now for the new series, Akpo, we go know.
Follow the Yawa way buster. Take off this bag where money full. On top the new Africa Magic Show, Akpo. Come see the long throat and Kasala way scatter ground. From 18 September, every Monday and Tuesday by 6:30 for evening. On top Africa Magic, Yoruba Channel 2. Go TV. Love it.
My name na Taiwo Kuka.
My name na Kende Kuka.
We be twins.
We small. Mama and papa then they joke say now only one pikin then they expect. But not two of us them get.
Actually, na me then they expect to. Now she then get as a wolf.
I beg you.
Na me be the golden child.
Anyway, our life be like this Momo 100% recharge bonus. Where we say you go get double of any amount where you recharge.
Go recharge your MTN line now for Momo app or dial *671# now.
Make Momo summer you better bonus.
Download the Momo app now or dial *671# to enjoy. Momo better pass cash.
Liberty Power Crusade 2023. Join us as Living Covenant and Grace Mission presents Liberty Power Crusade 2023. It's a 5-day special program coming up from Wednesday 18th to Sunday 22nd of October 2023 by 4:30 p.m. daily with vigil on Friday by 9 p.m. There will be supernatural healing, miracles, and liberation as God's servants will be ministering powerfully. Prophet Akibiyu Mark, Reverend David Akirili, and other anointed ministers of God. Special programs are scheduled for the Crusade. Thursday, Business Leaders Prayer Summit by 9 a.m. Friday, Ministers Fire Conference by 9 a.m. Saturday, Youth Empowerment by 12 noon. And on Sunday, which is the grand finale, we shall be coming together by 9 a.m. at Living Covenant and Grace Mission, Liberty Stadium by Oshosami Gate, Okeado Ibadan. For prayers and prophetic counsel, please call 0803-239-2800. Liberty Power Crusade 2023. An encounter you will never forget.
Let's be dynamic with your morning update and make it better with Kickoff Sports Show, where we will be serving you all the latest from tennis, basketball, Formula One, football, exclusive interviews, and lots more.
Hamilton going for the move on Alonso at the 130R. These two great side by side.
Martinelli! Oh yes! Gabriel Martinelli is back with a bang!
Headlines from Nigerian newspapers, behind the papers from the stand, analysis on burning trending issues across Nigeria and beyond.
The problem is not politics or tribalism, but corruption.
The governors will say, give us our own slot. The chairman of local government will say, give us our own slot. Who does those slots go to?
You offend, they arrest you, they detain you, and they release you. That's all.
Hello, my name is OLADAPO Okunubi.
My name is Victory Richard.
My name is Adedamola Lafenwa.
And my name is FAVOUR Oloruntola.
Join us weekdays 9 a.m. on your Remedy Radio dial, Solutions 939 FM.
Here, we make it different from the norm.
Alright, still AM update on Solutions 93.9 FM. It's AM update, and we still have Comrade Ayodeji Ajishope with us. Comrade, are you there? Okay. We were talking about the. Hello, are you there?
Hello, are you there?
I'm very much with you.
Okay, we're talking
Very
about
much with
the Nissan Wiki issue, the issue in M1.
Yes.
Okay. Let's wrap up on that. Let's have your final take on that before we move to other issues this morning.
Well, I think Nigerians should pay attention, serious attention. Beyond elections, democracy is not about elections alone. We make democracy look like a 4-year cycle. Elections, but when primary starts, that is when you see people getting interested. No, watch them. We need to pay attention. Somebody told me, an elder statesman, he said, are we sure that Nigerians desire good governance and accountability? That it takes two to tango. I put you in office through my vote. I must watch what you are doing. I must demand accountability. I must watch you. Watch carefully. And when the time comes, hold them accountable. And let me tell you, the only way to impact the recruitment, and then when I say recruitment, I mean the processes, the primaries and all of that. That's where leadership is recruited, because you must contest on the platform of power. The only way to influence recruitment, which I have experienced, go and join a political party. You don't need to talk there. You don't need to be active. Go and see what they are doing there. You understand? You don't have to be a secretary or anything. Go there. Go and be a member of a political party. It doesn't matter which political party. Go and join. Go and see what they are doing there. Why did you go to school? Why are you? You must know what is happening around you. Let us all take interest in what is happening around us, physically, not online alone.
Okay. Let's take interest in the Senate this morning. And we earlier played a sound, Gatulak Pabio,
yeah.
and it was it's regards the walkout of Ali Ndume. But you mentioned something, we disagree to agree. But there was one statement that got my attention, is the fact that we would not throw chairs during our tenure. We will have a very, cordial relationship in the Senate. Is this going to be possible for the Senate?
Yeah.
We've always had the drama. We've always had the theatrics.
Yeah, there will be drama. I mean, parliaments are like that. Go and watch the British Parliament. See them heckling, shouting. If you watch the British Parliament, in the U.S. Senate and the reps too, things can get hot. And you know, the Senate is, like I said earlier, I think a few days back, the Senate is the chamber for the big boys, you know, not for the likes of Senator Abbott that was screaming that somebody was after him and all of that. They are matured, they are experienced in various fields. They're not going to be throwing chairs, it is most unlikely. I mean, they have a common interest, which may not aggregate the interests of Nigerians and Nigeria, but they have a common interest. The only reason why you see them fighting is about who gets what, not about Nigeria. Who gets what? Go and find out. It is who gets what. So that they will sort it out. They will sort it out among themselves. Say, okay, this is compensation for it. It is not about Nigerians. It is not about Nigeria. It is about the 109 in that chamber. So they will sort themselves out. And if they can't sort themselves out, if there is a stumbling block to equitable in code now, distribution, they will remove the president. It's as simple as that.
Okay, let's talk about the new sheriff in town at the Arms of Affairs at the EFCC, who was just being confirmed yesterday at the floor of the Senate. That is talking about Ola Olukoyede. Now, there have been some agitations or some opinions from people from various quarters that they begin to wonder the process or the procedure of picking a lawyer to head EFCC, knowing so well that that position has been occupied by, at least according to the law of the EFCC, I think they said you must be an assistant commissioner of police to be to chair the EFCC. But now this is a lawyer being appointed by Mr. President, and this has been raising some opinions in some quarters. What's your take on that?
Should be the Senate confirmed him. Was the law not, was the EFCC Act as amended not enacted by the National Assembly? That Senate, the upper chamber, confirmed him in a jiffy.
In a jiffy, it was done in a jiffy, yeah.
So if the Senate, can you imagine, the lawmakers themselves, they are looking, because that thing is couched in plain language. The man must be this or that. They didn't say or. You understand? So, but the lawmakers themselves look like they are the ones trying to break the law. So, but I do hope that those who have the local standard will take that up. But be that as it may.
But do you know there was a protest at the Senate yesterday? A group of people I marched down to. There were protesters at the entrance of what's it called, the Senate yesterday, to protest the nomination and asking the Senate not to approve or to confirm the appointment.
Let it be challenged legally. We have to test our laws. That the court is the place to test our laws, the Constitution and all the laws. Let probably Serap or whoever who deems it fit challenge this in the law court. It's as straightforward as that. But a few other things, attracted my attention. The man went to the villa, right? To do what?
After his confirmation, right?
He went to the villa.
He went to the villa. He even took pictures with the Mr. President. No, just to say.
To do what?
To let him know that he's been appointed.
Well, they will call it a courtesy visit.
It's courtesy visit. He paid a courtesy visit.
His first official courtesy visit to Mr. President.
Yes.
What courtesy visit?
Yeah.
When last did you see the CIA, when the CIA director, or even the CIA is even external, FBI. When last did you see the FBI director, going to the White House, except that it's a crisis situation, you understand? He went there to say, Kadede, Abikabi is here, I thank you. That suggests, that optic is not nice. Go back to your office and start your work. It's not, the optics is not nice. You are appointed to catch thieves. You went to the villa. what is the perception of Nigerians about occupants of the villa? People you are supposed, the executive, the legislative, and the judicial branch, and these are the people, they are the biggest people in town that are sitting in charge of budget in town, in charge of Nigeria's resources. Shebi is the one that said 3 trillion naira has been stolen in the past 3 years from procurement. Who does the procurement? Is it not the executive, the judicial, and the legislative? Is it you and I that do the procurement? Are they not the suspects now? You open your mouth at 3 million, the trillion has been stolen
in 3 years.
Number of years through procurement.
And contracts too.
Who are the suspects? And you went straight to the office of the suspect to go and say academy. It doesn't. That optics does not tally. It doesn't.
But do you know that he also made a statement yesterday? He made a very heavy statement yesterday. He said anti-graft war should start from the National Assembly.
Why not?
Right after it was being confirmed.
And did you hear the Senate president?
Yeah. There was a mad drama even during his confirmation yesterday when he made mention of the Senate president while giving his own speech, and immediately I saw that the Senate president immediately cut in and said, "Don't put my name."
No, don't
don't use my name as an example.
In 2007, I think that was when elections were taking place. One young man came from Europe. We were on a campaign train, and after a few days, the guy came to me during the break, when we were resting, and he said, "Uncle, I have observed that in this country, crime and the law are in an embrace. Crime and the law, they are in an embrace.
They have a cordial relationship."
Crime and law. Yeah. That was 2007 March. He was barely 1 week. He said, my perception is crime and law are locked in an embrace in this country. I said, well, yeah. So can you imagine? 3 trillion in procurement in 3 years. That is average of 1 trillion that he knows of, Neil. That he knows of.
Yeah.
That he knows of. You can imagine what is going on everywhere else. When we are ready, we will do the needful. Look, Nigerians, everybody is hoping to benefit from. A friend of mine calls Nigeria a huge crime scene. Everyone is in one way or the other hoping that one day he will be there or somebody close to him will be there and he will be a beneficiary of the scheme that is going on. That is why we are not. Why is it that when I'm the Yoruba man speaks, and others are shouting, the Yoruba man would be saying, "Leave him alone. It's our own thing."
Now, talking about this procurement of a thing, now we were talking about the palliatives yesterday. We say there are things that are being procured to be shared to people, which you and I were talking about yesterday. That as of today, I'm yet to even meet anyone who has benefited from any of those palliatives. And we jokingly talked about the governor of Oyo State talking about that in a short while they will commence the second phase of palliatives sharing, distribution of palliatives, which we were saying that what happened to the first phase of it. I mean, this also goes into procurement scam. I mean,
procurement. You know that it was the Bretton Woods institution and donor agencies that insisted during the Obasanjo era that there should be a procurement act, that we should have EFCC and ICPC. It wasn't a Nigerian idea. It was not. It was a foreign idea that imposed EFCC and ICPC and the one they call, Fiscal Responsibility Act. And then there's another one. All those were ideas imposed on us by foreign entities. But Nigerians will have a way of, it's a cooperative transactions. Maybe we have audit. Maybe there is internal audit in every government agency. Isn't there? What is the role of audit? Audit is to ensure that you do not exceed, audit people go to the market every day to know the market, to know prevailing prices of products. So if I want to award a contract now as chief executive, and I think somebody should bring a proposal, and then he does his own costing. The audit people know the prevailing prices in the market, and there is a prevailing percentage that government gives as profit. It is never more than 30%. Sometimes it is 20-25%, depending on what. Even in some places, I have seen in some in situations, I've seen more than that. But people will just, and audit, when the audit people too are collaborating, you understand? That was when they had to bring in Fiscal Responsibility Act, Procurement Act, and due diligence. That's why you have it in all the offices. But who appoints the officer who is in charge of due diligence? Is it not because there are even political appointees? They go to all the states. In Oyo State, the people in the days of Ladoja, the people who with that thing came in the days of everybody has a political appointee. So the governor appoints due diligence officer. He does not cooperate with the governor that appointed him. What will happen to it? He will just be removed and replaced. So that is the setup. It is a cooperative. So all these due diligence, they are just for appearances. They are just for appearances.
But probably there should be more monitoring, because when you listen to the number, the huge amount of money being budgeted for, I'm still talking about this palliatives of a thing. I mean, look at the palliative. The huge money budgeted for the procurement of these palliatives, and probably the government is actually procuring these things, but maybe along the line, these things get diverted to another place, not reaching the targeted beneficiaries.
Let me tell you about corruption. Corruption is a serious global problem. But it is about systems put in place. I have seen corruption in America's defense industry. I have seen monumental corruption in the United States defense spending. Monumental. But they were discovered because, you see, civil servants, that is the way it used to be here too, until the Murtala Mohammed Obasanjo era that disrobed the civil servants. They are just there. They are mechanical. They don't know nobody. They are just doing their job and doing the needful. You understand? Civil servants, bureaucracy, the one we call civil.
Hello?
Politicians,
okay.
Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Politicians come and go. Politicians come and go. The bureaucracy is the engine of governance. In the days of law in this country, a minister will write a memo. The permanent secretary will write a memo and a counter memo and say, no, this cannot be done. This does not tally with the development agenda that is on ground. You understand? You cannot just come and start doing what you like. When we had development plans, rolling plans, 10-year plans, you understand? Not the one they call Vision 3035 that nobody knows where it is. You cannot just come and say, this is what I want to do. It has to be within the framework. The biggest we have now is the medium-term expenditure framework. And it is a 2-3 year thing. Do you know about it? Do you know it? There was something about the 26 trillion that they did for next year. They said they have submitted a medium-term expenditure framework. You, a media person, have you seen the medium-term expenditure framework? Have you seen it? They said they submitted it. To who? So there is no way. We don't know. We just have a bottom figure. 7 billion, or yes, the government says 7 billion is to be spent on palliative. How? Which items?
Which items?
Which items? How much did you buy it? That is not secret. Government is not a secrecy. So we submitted a sovereignty to you. You should be accountable. Transparency is accountability. But everything is shrouded in secrecy. Why?
It really seems the corruption thing has really eaten too deep into. There's no corner or sector that you will look into now that you won't see or find corruption there. And this brings us to this particular story coming from Oyo, saying that Alafi EFCC quizzes Oyo kingmakers over bribery allegations. I mean, this shouldn't even should be found in this context. Talking about the kingmakers.
It is heart-rending. It is very sad. When I saw that headline, it dampened my spirit.
I am not from Oyo, but when I saw it too, it really dampened my spirit too. I mean, how did we get this low?
The institution of the Alaafin of Oyo has been reduced. EFCC,
imagine,
investigating kingmaker in their custodial role, investigating them. I don't even investigating them in their custodial role.
It's a huge slap.
Not constitutional role assigned to them. In their custodial role, as custodians of culture and tradition, and the EFCC is investigating them
over bribery allegations.
What's the meaning of bribery?
It's corruption now.
What's the meaning of bribery? What's the meaning of bribery?
Maybe talking about the highest bidder now.
You see, let me tell you, people know what is going on now.
Yeah, of course. People
know what is going on.
A lot of people know what is going on.
People know what is going on.
Yeah.
There are certainly things we cannot, we cannot say on
Definitely.
Why?
Definitely.
Why? Look, let me just, okay, now, whoever mounts that road now, no matter who gets to that road now, after all of this mess, the person is likely to have credibility deficit. That is a credibility deficit.
Probably litigations too.
If the people say this is who we want, let them have it. You understand? If the people say this is the person that is popular with us, let them have it. Let them have it. Let them have it. And when they have it, whatever comes out of it is their business. You understand? You understand? And this is the person who will give it to them. He's not going to rule and reign over me. He's going to rule and reign over them in that place. So it's mind-boggling. It is very sad that you imagine that is what we have now. That is our identity, our culture. That is who we are. And EFCC is investigating them over bribery allegations. That is scandalous. It is not nice.
It is not nice at all.
EFCC is a tool of gold. Why not the police? The police is there. Why not the police? Police has criminal investigation department. Why EFCC? Why? It's not nice.
Probably because it's bordering on corruption allegation. Because bribery.
Look, the police should be strengthened. Again, we come back to it. The police. Do you know the history of the police in this country? I have a cousin that served in the police force. The police used to recruit every month in Ikeja. They knew the number of people that will retire every month. And they recruited a few more that will retire and trained them. It was a monthly thing. It was routine. This SSS that we have now, used to be NSO. It was pulled out of the police. It used to be the E branch of the police. Then they pulled it out and turned it into, it was headed by one Fulani, one very efficient Fulani man, that MD Yusuf, that later became the Inspector General of Police. Nobody knew him. He was not a uniform wearing person. Very efficient. And intelligence is critical in everything. Intel is critical. Police should be strengthened. Intelligence arm of the police should be strengthened. All this physical policing, the police police will know. They will have the report. The police do what they call security reports every day, every morning. They know, but harassing traditional institutions with EFCC coming after Oyomesi. Those are the kingmakers now. I don't know.
Your kingmakers, yeah. Now being quizzed by the EFCC.
That's not nice.
Okay, let's move away from that story as we gradually wind up on the program. Let's talk about this on the front page of Punch newspaper that says, contributory pension, NLC retirees lament as 26 states failed to join scheme. But this is where I'm actually going to. NLC said something here. Withholding pension immoral, says NLC. Retirement now death sentence. Let's take it from that.
You see, Obasanjo initiated quite a number of brilliant reforms. Government are not contributing to our government. It's a colonial thing. Government cannot continue to pay pensions. Let government contribute. You see, that is what obtains in the private sector. Is that not?
It is.
That is what obtains in the private sector. A cousin of mine retired after working in private sector in a private hospital. In this, in the private hospital, medical related center. After working there for 27 or 30 years, barely 1 month after, contributing pension. They have been doing it long before, because the man has a foreign background. They have been doing the contributing thing long before government started it. They just handed us our check. You understand? Barely 1 month after. Government cannot continue to pay, retirement stuff. They should have it. States should join this thing. Yes, I know some civil servants resisted. You understand? Especially those who are close to retirement. You understand? They resisted. And then the pension scheme that some states, the union leaders took the pension and the pensioners to. You understand? Yeah. Even the union leaders who compromise. That's a fact. The union leaders compromise because they were offered carrots. You understand? Rather than taking their members to the best, to the most very well equipped pension schemes, they took them to the ones that offered them the sweetest carrot. And of course, when I give you carrot, when I give you carrot that is meant to be distributed generally, at the end of the day, the remaining carrots will not grow, and then we'll start cutting it. So there must be involvement of the people, the pensioners, or those, those who are still in active service. There must be their involvement in the processes, not just the union leaders. There must be involvement. Take this burden off government. After all, they will invest the money. They invest the money, and there is always return. So if this thing has been going on for long, they will have better deals when they retire than you start 35 years in Oyo State. At the state, not even Oyo State alone, most of the states, you retire as a director. How much do they get? You understand? How many states are paying? How much do they get after 35 years? So if this thing has been invested, I work 35 years, every month, my own part, the state's part, it will have yielded, you understand? It will have yielded over the years. And that will be a better arrangement. And of course, there will be more money, for investment. You remember the days of Buhari, they said NSICF, that government was going to take some trillions from. Those money should be protected. They should not lend government money to people's money to government. So this law, if there is a need to review, the pension claim is beautiful. If there is a need to review it, but our lawmakers do not pay attention to that. They will not pay attention to what has to do with the welfare of the people. But if they do not pay attention, people should, the unions, rather than just mouthing it, they should engage. And this takes me to the issue of lobbying. Lai Mohammed, the former minister, he has set up the representative of the agency. Are you aware of that?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Lobbying is a part and parcel of democracy. That is why the people in the National Assembly, they get away. Some of these laws, they will have been in the last stage of enacting it. We just hear. You understand?
Yeah.
If there are lobbyists, those unions, the union should employ lobbyists. They will be in the National Assembly. They will know what is going on. All the committees have secretariats. They have secretaries. They will be monitoring what those committees that are relevant to their unions, what they are doing, what they are up to. So before they do the manipulation, lobbying is a part of the parliamentary process. I think it is time we enrich the lobbying culture in our democratic process, especially the union.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for joining us today, sir.
Thank you. It's always a pleasure to be with you.
It's a pleasure.
Thank you very much, sir.
Are we about to wrap up the program this morning? It's still the AM update on Solutions 93.9 FM. Different stories being, carefully analyzed by Comrade Ayodeji Ajishokbe for this morning. We'll go on a short break. When we come back, we take most of your comments or some of your comments and then wrap up the program.
One day, na so bag with plenty money just appear for inside one Olanrewaju compound. 2 seconds, everywhere burst.
Let me get a bag. May nobody see my radar.
Hey.
Let me face him. We cannot see you now.
You say waiting. As the landlord of this yard, so me be the rightful owner of that
Hey,
bag.
Oga landlord, who could not find your size? We die here.
Have they come on?
Come on, go.
You won't collect.
Now who come get this bag? Now for the new series, Akpo, we go know.
Follow the Yawa way buster. Take off this bag where money full. On top the new Africa Magic Show, Akpo. Come see the long throat and Kasala way scatter ground. From 18 September, every Monday and Tuesday by 6:30 for evening. On top Africa Magic, Yoruba Channel 2. Go TV. Love it.
Are you a dedicated farmer involved in cultivation or livestock farming? Then we've got exciting news for you. Introducing Farm Link Up, your gateway to start selling your farm products faster and say goodbyes to spoiled farm produce. Farm Link Up is the largest online market platform for farmers in Africa and globally. Not only that, it connects buyers to fresh farm products at very affordable prices, and farmers can now sell their products faster. If you are a farmer that has in stock of essential equipment, crops, fertilizers, pesticides, and livestock, Farm Link Up is your one-stop solution. Simply register at farmlinkup.com and start to post your products on the platform for free on farmlinkup.com, as buyers are already waiting for you. For more inquiries, simply call 0901 234 5555 or visit farmlinkup.com directly to unlock the boundless opportunities in the world of agriculture. Farmlinkup.com, connecting farmers to the consumers and the world at large.
Welcome back. It is still AM update on Solutions 93.9 FM. I'll just take one comment, and that is from Kitchen Na. It says, "Welcome to Nigeria, suffering and smiling." Well, I just hope that all of these things will be addressed, it will be changed, and we have a better nation, Nigeria. To everybody on Facebook, thank you very much for dropping your comments.
No, like I always say, we need to keep being optimistic and praying for Nigeria, and beginning to think that, hoping that Nigeria will always be a better place for you and I, a country that you and I can beat our chests and say, truly, I'm a Nigerian. My name is Adidamala Lafenwa, wishing you a very pleasant day.
And my name is FAVOUR Oloruntola. I'm sorry we can't take your calls. We sincerely appreciate you staying tuned. Please be good. It's buzzing. No, we can't take it. Have yourself a wonderful day.